It's time, guys. Here we go. I have procrastinated this video long enough. This is the top 20 best Hallmark films of 2021. Here we go. We do have some honorable mentions, and we are going to go into those right now. I'm going to be talking about a few of these, not as in-depth, but just ones that I want to give an honorable mention to. Say, maybe if you haven't seen this one, give it a shot. Mix Up in the Mediterranean with Jessica Lowndes and Jeremy Jordan. This was a cooking film all about twins swapping places. And the professional chef is a gay man who gets injured, and his twin brother has to come in and save the day. He falls in love with someone running the event, played by Jessica Lowndes. Next up is The Baker's Son. The Baker's Son is one that had a lot of potential. I loved this movie for the first hour and a half. Well, within the first 2 hours, within the 2-hour premiere. I watched this when it premiered, so it's technically 2 hours. So pretty much for the first hour of the actual film, I loved this movie. When you break up, okay, it's about this baker who falls in love with this ballerina dancer, with this ballerina dancer, with this ballet dancer, and now they are so in love. His food has never tasted better. His bread, his baking has never tasted better because he's in love. Where this film's plot really comes into the freaking movie is the last act. What you see is the climax in the trailer. It's the climax. You don't know that he falls in love with the ballet dancer. You don't know that that's the main love. That's the main love interest, is her. He's been best friends with this girl for a long, long time. Have had barely any feelings for her. So now, you break up the couple that we come to know and love throughout the good majority of your film, and you just throw her away, and now the bread tastes terrible. It tastes better because he falls in love with his best friend. I'm sorry, there's not as much chemistry between these two stars as there is the main love storyline in your damn film. I loved The Baker's Son for the first hour of it. It bumped it down a full it bumped it down a full 1.5 stars for me. And this would have been a 5-star film. And I am buying this DVD in March. Don't get me wrong. I am buying this DVD in March. The first hour of this film really makes me happy. But then again, it's better than the good majority, than most of the Hallmark films. So I'm not going to say it's a bad film. Sweet Pecan Summer. This is one that I was not expecting to be all that good. I was sitting there and I'm like, this looks really, really decent. One Perfect Wedding should have been called One Winter Wedding. It should have. One winter wedding. You have one winter weekend, one winter proposal, one winter wedding. Next up, Christmas. Really sweet. The Santa Stakeout. Snow Kissed. You, Me, and the Christmas Trees. Boyfriends of Christmas Past. Really, really good one. And then finally, for the honorable mentions, we have My Christmas Family Tree. Very nice director. I did watch both of his films. Really, really nice guy. Really nice guy, let me tell you what. So, let's get right into it. Number 20. Christmas at Castle Hart. Christmas at Castle Hart is the Lacey Chabert. Is the Lacey Chabert 2021 Hallmark Christmas film. Last year, she had the fantastic Christmas Waltz. She had that film. This time, Brooke Bennett goes to Ireland for Christmas to search for her Irish roots. While there, she meets Aidan Hart, Earl of Glasgow. Of Glasgow. Mistaken for an elite event planner, she's hired to host his castle's epic Christmas party. This one kind of fell flat for Lacey Chabert film. For me, Lacey Chabert has always been, well, in the romance genre, not in the mysteries, in the romance. She is my favorite in the romance because she has not made a bad film. Not one I've disliked. This one was a bit of a disappointment for me because I thought that there was potential here to make this great, and they kind of went with the sisterly bond, which is fine and all, but you did that with Sweet Carolina, and you did that with The Wedding Veil. Christmas at Castle Heart just kind of feels like a Christmas version of those. Now, I'm not saying that's bad, because I really did enjoy this film. I really did. I liked it. I'm going to buy the DVD next year. It was just a bit of a step down. Still in my top 20. Number 19. As luck would have it, this was Joanna Garcia Swisher's Hallmark debut. Really enjoyed this one. This is their second film taking place in Ireland. The other one was Forever in My Heart. I need to give that one another rewatch. I really didn't like that one, and I hate to say that, but I really didn't like that one all that much. I'm going to rewatch it. But this one, really, really sweet film. This is all about Lindsay. And she's at the peak of her career, acquiring property around the world for her boss to turn into luxury hotels. Her newest assignment takes her to a coastal town in Ireland, where there's a valuable piece of land for sale, perfect for a resort. Lindsay decides the only way she'll make any progress on this deal is to enter the town's annual matchmaking festival, a week-long event of the Irish classes and activities where she can prove her investment in the area and hopefully win over a handsome local. Very, very good film. Sweet chemistry between these two. Next up is 8 Gifts of Hanukkah. Hanukkah is becoming a bit of a theme with Hallmark for Christmas. Give me more of these. Because I loved Love Lights Hanukkah last year. And I really liked this one as well. I had no expectations for this one whatsoever. An anonymous suitor sends opportunist. An anonymous suitor sends Sarah a gift each night of Hanukkah. On her journey to find her secret admirer, she learns her one true love might be someone she never expected. This is great. I like this film a lot. I can't say anything more than that. You can check out my full in-depth reviews of these on my channel. Next up is Crossword Mysteries Riddle Me Dead at number 17. Tess gets invited to be a part of a popular game show. When the show's host is unexpectedly murdered, she and Detective Logan O'Connor, again played by Brennan Elliott, seek to uncover who is behind it all. Very, very good one. Way better. And I mean way better than Terminal Descent. Because that was the first one that I really disliked from Lacey Chabert. Next up, number 16, is Sand Dollar Cove. This is kind of like this one. Sand Dollar Cove, Ellie, a big city real estate developer, is sent by her company to quaint seaside Connecticut to basically see if they can buy Sand Dollar Cove for their new resort. Brody, the charming local who holds the deed, wants to make sure the town's beloved pier remains intact. As Ellie becomes more invested in the town of Sand Dollar Cove and its people, she's inspired to create a design that could make everyone happy, both in business and in love. Very sweet chemistry between these two. I will never forget watching that for the very first time. I really did enjoy that one. Definitely the best summer nights film of 2021. Next up, number 15 is the Christmas Contest. Come on. John Brotherton and Candace Cameron Bure star as exes Laura and Ben compete in a Christmas contest to win money for the charity of their choosing. The city watches them battle and choose what is more important, victory or love. Very, very good film here. Chemistry at the wazoo. Of course, they were on Fuller House together. We all know that. I love that show. Rest in peace, Bob Saget. I mean, that news came out. I bawled. I legitimately bawled. I loved Danny Tanner growing up. I like America's Funniest Home Videos. I grew up with the Tom Bergeron years, but I came home from school and watched some of the America's Funniest Home Videos. with Bob Saget when Hallmark Channel was airing them in reruns. I loved Bob Saget. Next up, number 14 is 5 More Minutes. Based on the Scotty McCreery song, 5 More Minutes. Love this song, love this movie. It is one of the best Christmas films I have seen in a good while. A woman's Christmas wish is answered in unexpected ways when her late grandfather's journal turns up and reveals an untold romance. This one is very sweet because Nikki DeLoach just lost her father before the film. She got this script. It was speaking to her while making this film. She felt very connected to her father in the script, in the film, while filming it, and while watching this film. You can definitely tell. 5 More Minutes is an emotional, romantic ride that is so good, and I'm hoping it gets a DVD release. Give me more of Nikki DeLoach in Hallmark films like this. Give me more of Nikki DeLoach, period. But next up, number 13 is not 2 for the win. It's a winter getaway. This is one I was not expecting to love as much as I did. This is Brooks Darnell and Nazneen Contractor. When an average guy is gifted a luxury trip, he's mistaken for a millionaire. Sparks fly with the lovely concierge, and he wonders if she'll feel the same way about him when she learns the truth. Very, very beautiful scenery. I loved the cinematography. I loved the set designs. I loved the locations in this film. It's just such a wintry film. It has a cold feel to it. You are cold watching it. I mean, if you look out here right now, we got 11 inches of snow. We got 11 inches of snow yesterday, people. 11 inches. So I'm a little bit cold, but let's get right into the video. Right back into the video, as I should say. So let me put you right back. And we're back. Okay. Winter Getaway. Very sweet chemistry between those two stars. Had the most chemistry between some characters in these 2021 Hallmark films. Next up is Raise a Glass to Love. Juan Pablo de Pas's Hallmark debut. Aspiring master sommelier Jenna returns home to her family vineyard to study and is intrigued by the natural methods of the new handsome Argentinian winemaker Marcelo. This is one that I was going to love either way. Because I do not drink wine. This is my drink of choice besides a Gatorade bottle. Is water. A little bit of tea every once in a while because, you know, gotta treat yourself a little bit. But if you're a wine drinker, hey, God bless you. Enjoy your wine. Just don't drink too much and be safe. Next up is Aurora Teagarden Mysteries Honey Murder. This is the newest Aurora Teagarden movie until we get to Haunted by Murder, which I will be talking about the day after it comes out. So, Ro and Nick discover a body on their pre-honeymoon, and now they have to find out what happened to them, what really happened, and danger is around every single corner. So, it's just like every single other Aurora Teagarden movie, right? Sort of, but it's not as good as How to Con a Con. How to Con a Con. Aurora Teagarden Mysteries How to Con a Con was the very first Aurora Teagarden film that we got in 2021. When Aida's real estate client is found murdered, her sleuthing daughter Aurora sets out with her fiancé Nick and the Real Murders Club to solve the murder. This was very intriguing because she actually came to help Ro, even though she always said, no, I don't want you doing this anymore. I'm tired of it. It's something that you're becoming obsessed with. You're going to get hurt one of these days. And maybe she's right. Maybe she'll get shot at some point. Maybe she'll actually get seriously injured and have to go to the hospital. We don't know. Hopefully not. I don't want anything to happen to Candace Cameron Bure's characters in any of these films. Or anybody in that. We got one more Aurora Teagarden movie first, but up next at number 8. Sorry, at number 9 is The Christmas Promise. This was a massive surprise. I was not expecting this to be all that good. This was one of the best Christmas films of the entire year. The Christmas Promise. Nicole learns to deal with grief with the help of her grandfather and carpenter, and a carpenter she hires to renovate the home that was once meant for her and her fiancé. This one stars Torrey DeVito and Dylan Bruce. Torrey DeVito did such a great job in this film. The couple had tremendous chemistry. It was so beautiful. It was emotional. It was so well done that I have to put it at number 9. Number 8 is Aurora Teagarden Mysteries, Till Death Do Us Part. The attention to detail in the wedding is what really made me bump this up even higher. Because the attention to detail they have with the books for the arches, with everything they do to build up this wedding, to the proposal we got in the library, to the wedding having book arches, is great. I love the attention to detail. It's so sweet. You're happy for them, and you know what's going to happen. There's going to be a murder. They gotta hurry to get ready for the wedding. They can't see each other before the wedding because, bad luck. But it's really, really good. If you have not seen any of the Aurora Teagarden movies, please check them out. They are so, so good. If you're into TV murders, now if you're into something like Diagnosis Murder or Matlock or something like that. Now, I'm not saying like Law and Order or Law and Order SVU or NCIS. Nothing like that. These are clean mysteries. These are clean mysteries. PG is as far as they go. There's no sex or rape or true-on violence, horrific violence in these. These are very clean, family-friendly mysteries. Number 7. And I own all the rest of these except for one. Next year, I will be grabbing at number 4. Number 7. Right in front of me. This is a film starring Janelle Parrish. Carly gets a second chance with her college crush on a weekend getaway at a resort. When she isn't sure how to impress him, her new friend Nick starts to give her advice. Soon they will both begin to wonder if he is really the man. If he is really the right man for her. This is a cooking film. It's a cooking film that I knew I was going to enjoy. I'm not even going to try and say Marco's last name because I've only heard it a couple times when it was being advertised, and I'm not going to screw up his name. But very good chemistry between those two stars. I loved what Janelle Parrish did in Holly and Ivy and Right in Front of Me. Did not love Coyote Creek Christmas. Might pick that up next year on DVD because it's Ryan Pavey and Janelle Parrish. I do enjoy both those actors. The film just didn't live up to my expectations. Not saying it's bad. I gave it 3.5 stars. But number 6. The first film of 2021 for Hallmark was Taking a Shot at Love. Luke McFarland is Ryan Cooper, a NHL star who is sent to rehab at a ballet school taught by Alexa Penavega, who is named Jenna, and she was a professional ballet dancer. So he's going to rehab, and now they are basically they're basically walking around the town and getting him rehab to go back in to play hockey. Great film, chemistry out the wazoo. Loved the chemistry between these two stars. I was really shocked to hear that Alexa Penavega was actually pregnant with her baby girl Rio. And I mean, she was just pregnant. She was just pregnant. She was feeling morning sickness and everything during the filming of this film in November. She didn't get to spend Thanksgiving with her family, but there we go. That film was fantastic, but what was even more fantastic was the best fall harvest movie I've seen in a good long time. One I will be watching probably this week again. I love this movie to death. Roadhouse Romance. I love this movie. I love it. I know it's not for everybody. If you're not a country music fan, this is not for you. But for me, oh, I love it. You can buy dirt, find the one you can't live without. Buy a ring, let your knee hit the ground. Do what you love and call it work, and throw a little money in the plate at church. Oh, was I singing again? Sorry about that. I want that real... never mind, sorry. Callie Jackson, played by Lauren Elena, returns home from the military after expecting everything to pick up right back where she left off. Her late grandfather's barbecue is struggling and her high school sweetheart has moved on. She runs into Luke, a TV director passing through, and she's trying to teach him a little bit about the country music, and they might even fall in a little bit of love. Fantastic film. Love that one. That's going right in my watch pile for the Hallmark films this week. Next up, number 4, is Time for Them to Come Home for Christmas. Jessie Schramm hits her head. She has amnesia, so now she has to get back home to the Christmas festival, which is the only cryptic invitation and only cryptic note that she has to who she actually is. Along the way, she falls in love with her, Brendan Penny, named Paul. This is one that was so sweet. It was so sweet and romantic. The chemistry is the third best chemistry I've seen all year long between two people. It made me smile. It just made me feel warm. It just made me feel loved. I loved this movie. I cannot wait to watch this again next Christmas. This might be one of the first Christmas films I watch in regards to Hallmark next year. I'm not quite sure. But next up we have Chasing Waterfalls at number 3. This isn't for everybody, but I love Cindy Busby and Christopher Russell together. I love them together. This is also directed by Christy Will, and she did one of the best Hallmark films of 2020 in Love in the Forecast. She also did, why am I freezing on the name? Why am I freezing on that name? I don't remember. Yes, I do. She also did Where Your Heart Belongs. That one was a bit of a misstep. She also did High Flying Romance with Christopher Russell. So she likes working with Christopher Russell, clearly because she's done multiple films with him, including Love Unleashed. So give me more of them together. I really enjoy them together. They are really, really good at making good films. Where Your Heart Belongs was not a great film. It was just fine, but it was just a big misstep for me. Very sweet film, all about when photographer Amy travels to a remote lodge. To find mythical waterfalls, she meets handsome tour guide Mark. And now their adventure to find mystical waterfall and discover their true feelings. There's your plot of the film. Definitely watch that film. And finally, the top 2. The only 5-star films I gave any Hallmark film all year. Sweet Caroline is number 2. This is all about when tragedy hits. Big city marketing executive Josie, she has to go back to her small hometown to become the guardian of her niece and nephew after her sister is killed. With help from her ex-boyfriend Cooper, she and her family find a new way forward together. Very sweet film, almost made me bawl. I liked this film a whole lot. I will definitely be watching this at least a couple times each year. Love this film to death. Love Lacey Chabert. And let's be completely honest here. Can we just talk about what a freaking great year? Where the heck did it go? Where the heck did it go? Can we talk about how much of a good freaking year Tyler Hynes had, please? Look at this. Look at this. 3 of the best films of the entire year. And I Expected Christmas was good as well, so there's 4. 3 of the best Hallmark films of the entire year. And 3 of the most highly rated films of the entire year. Are you kidding me? That's fantastic. You saw what number 1 was. It's obvious. It it was always you. It was always you. It is the most romantic movie I have seen Hallmark do. It is sweet. It is romantic. If you're a hopeless romantic, you need to watch this film. It is so freaking sweet. I love this movie. It'll make you believe in love again. It'll make you completely fall in love with these characters. I am already in love with Erin Krakow. I mean, look at how beautiful that woman is. And I mean, as a straight man, Tyler Hynes is a pretty dang handsome dude. Really handsome dude. I mean, I get why you people love these two together. People go gaga for this film. This film is going to be a Hallmark classic. It's already a Hallmark classic. They air this quite a bit, actually. People love this film. I definitely see why. I love this film. Perfect Hallmark film. Very little problems, if any. No problems with this. Or Sweet Carolina. I love them both. What will be the first Hallmark film to get a 5-star rating from me this year? We'll have to see. But will Tyler Hynes be able to carry 2022 on his back again with 3 of the best Hallmark films of the entire year? We'll have to wait and see. There is my top 20 best films from Hallmark Channel for 2021. I will see all of you guys next time for my review of North to Home. And I will see all of you guys next time for my review of Don't Forget I Love You. And then we got Butlers in Love, which I am really looking forward to. Not this weekend, but next weekend. So I will see all of you guys next time.